Rutba loved stories about brave explorers and jungle kings. Sitting on the soft, sunlit sofa, she held her favorite book tightly. "I want to be a hero too," she whispered to herself. The golden light from the window made the pages of Jungle Tales glow, but Rutba wondered if heroes only lived in books, or if they could be found right here in her own neighborhood. On the rug nearby, her little brother Safwat was busy with his own adventure. He moved his bright toy truck across the carpet, imagining it was crossing a great desert. "Look, Rutba, I'm helping the toy people move to a new house," Safwat chirped. Rutba smiled, realizing that even in play, Safwat liked to be helpful. She wondered what real things they could do together to help people outside their front door. At school the next day, their teacher, Dilara, gathered the children around. She didn't talk about dragons or giants. Instead, she spoke about civic hearts. "A community is like a giant puzzle," Dilara said, holding a heavy book of local history. "Every kind act is a piece that makes the picture complete. When we take care of our streets and our neighbors, we are the heroes of our own town." When they got home, Rutba ran to her father, Ridwan. She told him everything Dilara had said. Ridwan knelt down so he was eye to eye with her. "Being a good citizen means looking after what we all share," he explained. He reached into a drawer and pulled out 2 pairs of sturdy gloves. "How about we start by making our local park the cleanest place in the city?" Rutba's eyes brightened. This was a mission. In the kitchen, Mother Sadia and Grandmother Pilou were busy too. The air smelled of spices and warm bread. "Kindness starts with a full stomach," Pilou said, adjusting her pearl necklace. Sadia was carefully stacking tiffin boxes filled with food. They were preparing meals for a neighbor who found it hard to cook for himself lately. "Would you like to help us deliver these, Rutba?" Sadia asked with a warm smile. Later that afternoon, the sun stayed bright as Rutba and Safwat headed to the park. While Ridwan watched nearby, the siblings worked as a team. Rutba held a large bag open, and Safwat used a small tool to pick up stray papers and plastic bottles left on the grass. "We're cleaning the earth," Safwat shouted happily. Soon, the area around the swings was sparkling. After the park was clean, it was time for the next mission. Sadia walked with Rutba to the house next door. Rutba carried the warm tiffin box very carefully, making sure not to spill a single drop. Sadia placed a hand on Rutba's shoulder as they reached the porch. "When we share what we have, we make our bond stronger," Sadia whispered. Rutba felt a warm glow in her chest. That evening, the family gathered outside. Pilou sat with Safwat, watching the birds fly home. "Do you see those flowers we planted last year, Safwat?" she asked, pointing to the garden. "Kindness is just like those seeds. You plant a little bit of help today, and tomorrow the whole world looks more beautiful." Safwat leaned against her, watching the petals dance in the breeze. Ridwan called Safwat over to a corner of the yard where they had cleared some space. "One last thing for our community, son," Ridwan said. He handed Safwat a small, green sapling. Together, they dug a hole in the rich, dark soil. Ridwan showed Safwat how to pack the earth gently around the roots. "This tree will give shade to people we haven't even met yet," Ridwan said. As the stars began to peek out, Rutba and Safwat stood by their window. They looked out at the clean street and the little tree they had planted. Rutba didn't need her Jungle Tales book to feel like a hero tonight. She realized that being a good person wasn't about fighting monsters. It was about loving her family and taking care of the world they lived in together.